People, what's up? It's your boy Dre, aka Mr. Aktain, and of course you're watching Aktain TV. Now, this week's special guest is my man from the Sunshine State. Y'all probably seen him before or heard of him before on the Gangsta Grills mixtapes and stuff like that, as well as his own mixtapes and stuff. But if y'all don't know who he is, this is your chance to actually get to know him. Yo, my man Plies, what's good, man?
What's up, family? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Pleasure all mine, man. I'm good, man.
How's New York treating you, man?
Oh, man, I tell people all the time, man, I'm always gonna keep it real with you.
Okay.
It's a little different. And what I mean by that, man, coming to Florida, dog, I think we kind of welcome you with a little more open arms. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I feel like this New York setup is like a fraternity, homie. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't part of the fraternity, they let you know you ain't part of the fraternity.
Well, you know, cause we go on our own beats. So
right.
Sometimes, like when we see when we meet new people, it's hard to really,
right.
like adjust to them and welcome them with open arms and stuff. We always like the type of people to critic you and try to analyze you first before we.
It's
can say
good, you know what I'm saying? For me, I think, for me coming into the whole NY situation, like. I done ran across the K-Slaves and all them cats. And
right.
It's a pleasure of mine once you sit down and we exchange stories and conversations. I think that the respect definitely go to another level. So for me, it's one thing about New York, man. You got to earn your stripes in New York. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm more than comfortable with that.
Okay. But I think you really earned your stripes, really, because that's how long of a buzz that you actually been having down there in the South, and even in Georgia and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, certain people up here actually follow the Southern music scene and stuff.
Right.
So for the fact that everybody knows about you up here
right.
due to the mixtapes and stuff, I think you actually earn your stripes. Because sometimes,
I think
it's hard to adjust to new music.
I think it's a different level of stripes. I had a cat tell me last time I was in New York, he said he read an article about me. And he didn't respect me from the article. And it was weird because what he told me he didn't respect is that the fact that the question was posed to me about my knowledge of hip hop.
Okay.
And my response was, being from Florida, we don't follow the culture as much as people from New York and Philly do.
Right.
So for me to be honest with you and tell you that I'm a hip hop guru, I'll be lying to you. And I feel like that was an honest answer for me.
Okay.
But for him, he perceived it to be, I'm a cat that disrespecting the nature of hip hop.
Right.
And for me, everybody entitled to their own opinion.
Of course.
But for me, the only thing I ever do is be as real with you as possible.
Right. So for you being you, people will respect you more.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's why you're here right now.
Right. And I just feel like a lot of people, it's amazing, man, when you become somebody in life that the people who ain't happy with themselves,
right.
they want you to live life how they want you to live it.
Right.
And for me, I find ways to maneuver, whether it's in the streets or whether it's on the corporate side, to stay true to what I believe in.
Okay.
And I never let this music game change me in terms of my beliefs and my personal.
Of course not, because
moral side.
Yeah, you gotta stick to what you know and stuff and be you.
Right.
But now, getting on to the business side and stuff,
right.
Major deal,
right.
Major single with your man T-Pain. Talk about the single and how it came about.
Man, Pain from the crib too. You know what I'm saying, from Florida, and I was a fan of his situation. It's weird to me to look at it now. You hear him on 5, 6 different records on the radio.
Yeah.
His record did, crazy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, last year, this time, he was the same artist.
Right. It's like people was starting to get to know who he really is and with his type of music.
Right. He was the same artist. So for me, I respect his hustle. I respected his grind. And for me, street-wise, I've been like the man in my region for the last 3.5 years.
Okay.
And Florida showed him great love on his last album.
Right.
So we just felt collectively it was our time to put the stamp on the state and come up with something that can be historical. And I think this record right here is gonna be one of the biggest records of those 7.
So you have high expectations for the summer?
Man, this record, when we first did it, there was a lot of people scared of this record because my street, cred or whatever you want to call it, it's been something that I worked hard to get, the last 3.5 years. And people didn't really want this to be my first look.
Okay.
But like I tell people all the time, I ain't gonna never run from a hit record.
Right.
Because regardless of what music you make, it's gonna be somebody somewhere who claim you ain't who you say you is.
Right.
So it don't even matter to me, homie.
Right.
I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do what I feel elevates not only my career, but if I can stick to my beliefs and my principles, I'm all for it.
I feel you, and I respect that because you know, at certain points in this industry and stuff, certain people don't try to stay. They say they try to stay humble once they get to that level where they say they happy at.
Right.
But certain times they change this. As long as you stay on that same level from day one to like day 275 or something like that, you know, more respect will come to you and stuff. And I feel that because I mean, you know, reading a lot of articles about you and stuff. Every article that I noticed that you say, yo, you're a real person, you're a real nigga. And stuff, and to a point, you know, I mean, not to cut you off and stuff, but it's like that shows that you sticking to your means, meaning that you're not trying to see yourself elevate and stuff like that, but you're just trying to be you and trying to put yourself out there for the world to respect you and stuff.
I think if you ain't careful, homie, the streets are tricky.
Right.
When you locked up, majority of the people locked up, they stick their face in the Bible.
Right.
But when you get out, it ain't accepted by the streets to go to church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean.
The stuff in life, homie, that a street cat glorify, society call it wrong.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to go to college and be a street cat.
Yeah, that is true.
The things that street cats glorify, society call it wrong and vice versa. We call real going to jail 100 times.
Right.
Society call it stupid.
Right.
And for me, I think if you allow yourself to get caught up in trying to please the streets, you're gonna always get tricked in the end.
Okay.
Because you can be a person that rob, and I can rob for a living. The streets gonna respect me. It's just when I get caught and locked up for robbing, they give me a life sentence and I was stupid.
Yeah.
So for me, I think understanding life is the thing that I try to do the most, and let the cards fall where they may. Because regardless of what you do, homie, the higher you elevate in life, unfortunately, from where you come from and where I come from, we treat success differently in terms of how the majority treat it.
Okay, I feel you. So before we wrap this up and stuff, like break down to some of the artists besides T-Pain that's actually on the album and stuff. If anything.
Nah, man. Because for me, it's just one of the philosophies that I hold true to. When I didn't realize that this business is 100% business, like I don't free promote like no artists on my album.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You stay strictly to you being
if I paid you for your services, then we good. But I ain't finna get, every time I get in front of a camera or on radio, I finna free promote the situation because you ain't give me a cut to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, if I hear you like T.I. on 106 in Park, you know what I'm saying? They asked him who he was listening to, what artist he listened to. Right. And he told you to, he named 2 other artists, and at the same time he told you, if you might not be familiar with them, but one of the cats that I keep in my deck is Plies. So for me, I took my hat off to that, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the major players in the game, and for him to show his acknowledgement towards me, the pleasure was all mine. So if you ever run across a tip, I appreciate you, big homie.
Okay, yo. But yo, I'm not gonna keep you because there's more people that's coming up to interview. I just want to say thanks for giving me the time.
Appreciate
also,
you.
When's the album dropping?
August the 7th, man. 8707, the world gonna change. Real Testament and Stoves.